Good morning, beloveds. My hair's all kinds of weird today. It's kind of dark today because it's cloudy, although the clouds are apparently going to clear up. The clouds had all kinds of interesting textures in them this morning. It's a little cool in the house, but the cat's nice and warm. We had an epic birthday party for our board president yesterday. Carthel has been on and off the board for years, and she is our current board president, and she's been board president numerous times. And it's like she turned 80, and we were just like, you know what, you've done so much for us. And so we had a great time, and and I had other things going on yesterday, and so I didn't get the photo album up yesterday. But we'll get the photo album up tonight after I get off of work, so y'all can see the pictures from the birthday party for the birthday girl. It was great. It was apparently she walked in and she commented to her daughter, "Wow, everybody's wearing purple today. I wonder what that's about." And her daughter said, "I wonder what that's about." It was her daughter's idea. Yep, we loved it. So. All right, it is March 11th. Our title, okay, so here is the truth. The title is Father, I Am Trusting, and I changed the title to Spirit, I Am Trusting. I gender neutral for a number of reasons. While my father and I have a good relationship now, we didn't in the past. And so if you have, interesting relationships with your father, maybe you don't want to hear that. So I changed the title. No disrespect meant to our author, Mary L. Kupferle, but yeah. So, all right. Let's see. So, Spirit, I am trusting. The master often said, the master teacher, Jesus often said that he of himself could do nothing. He knew the futility of forcing matters, of trying to accomplish things by means of personal will and human reasoning. And he knew the truth that it is always the Spirit within who does the work. He told his followers this, and he told them only to believe. He told them only to believe, to trust, to know that the Spirit knew their needs and their desires and purposes better than they themselves. This is still his advice to you and me today, namely to trust God's power above the power of man, above the power of people, and above the power of humanity. This is what we do when we say, Spirit, I am trusting. Divine, I am trusting. All the most poetic and beautiful prayers in the world cannot bring us any closer to God than our speaking this simple prayer directly from our hearts. All right, it's a very short reading, and there's two really important things in it. So let's start with that last sentence in the first paragraph. Only to believe, to know, and to believe, to trust, and know that the Spirit knows their needs, that the divine knows their needs, their desires and purposes better than they themselves. Okay? But that does not absolve us of our responsibility to what we like to call treat and move our feet. It's what our author Mary is reminding us is, look, you know what? The power that you are using isn't yours. But it is coming from an inexhaustible supply. And that's the good news. When we use our own power, we know our own power is exhaustible. It's like, okay, I've done enough and now I have to go take a nap. Because that's exactly what I did yesterday. I came home from the birthday party, put the stuff away because we had to do a little shopping. So I put that stuff away because he had to go to work. So I put that stuff away. I took a nap. I got up. I had more stuff to put away from the day before, and then had some work to do. So, it's like I'm exhaustible. And then I promptly, fell asleep on the couch. So, but when I am doing God's work, when I'm doing spiritual work, like that power, that I'm not using mine. I'm not using mine. I don't have, when people ask for treatment, then that's not my power. That's when I go to Spirit and say, hey, you know what? This is what's happening. And I'm knowing everything's going to work out. And Spirit goes, yep, I got this. So, and that's one of the reasons why our needs, our purposes, our desires, it's like, frequently we'll go to God and say we want this, and God never says no, okay? But the reason why we don't outline, we outline, we don't fill in, is because we may say we want this, but if we get real specific and like it has to come this way, we're limiting, and then we wonder why we don't get things. It's like, well, because you said it could only come this way, and that pathway is not available at the moment. So, and that's the last thing we want to do. So, but it does not absolve us of the responsibility to, one, know what our own needs and desires and wants are, and to go after them, while in the knowing that the power that we are using to get them isn't ours, that it is coming from an inexhaustible source. Now, the other thing that she said, which was in the second paragraph, hang on, okay. Namely, to trust God's power above the power of humanity. This is what we say when we say, divine, I am trusting. All of the most poetic and beautiful prayers in the world cannot bring us any closer to the divine than speaking this simple prayer directly from our heart. Meister Eckhart says, if the only prayer you say is thank you, it will be enough. I know a lot of people who love words. I know a lot of people who, and it was always a little intimidating to me, to listen to people do these prayers where they would do the first 2 steps of treatment. They would be like, they would paint beautiful pictures with their words. And I'm like, and I don't do that. I don't do that. I never have done that. I probably never will do that. It's just not who I am. And don't get me wrong, I love words, but I don't need to talk myself into that connection with the divine. Okay? What I need to do is acknowledge the connection with the divine consciously. That's why when I do the closing treatments on Sunday, I say, step with me into the divine consciously, because that's what I need to do. It's like, I'm always connected. And on some level, I'm always aware of that. But when I go to do my prayer work, my treatment work, then I'm going to consciously step into it. And that's what's so important to remember, It's like, I'm consciously stepping into this. You don't need all of those words. But if you want all of those words, you're more than welcome to use them. I'm not going to make you wrong for doing that. If that's what you want to do, great. But what I'm telling for all of us who, don't do that, we're not wrong either. Okay? You can use as many or as few words as you want. Spirit, I am trusting. Divine, I am trusting. And you can use any word. She uses Father, I am trusting. Not a word I'm going to use, but because it doesn't evoke the same feeling into me, but divine does. Divine absolutely does. Spirit does. God does. I can even use goddess if I need to. Because that word works for me. And so it's extraordinarily important to find what evokes into you the consciousness and evokes into you that you are stepping into a divine power and not using your own power. And that's what's important. And it's also important to trust that when we ask Spirit for things, as long as they are in alignment with Spirit, that Spirit will bring them to us or guide us to them, which is why we have to say, that's why we say treat and move your feet. Because there's a whole lot of things that we ask for that Spirit can't deliver to our couch. Even Amazon doesn't deliver to our couch yet. When they get drones that, there may come a time where our houses are built to let drones in. So, but anything, we still have to get up and walk to the door, so with everything, it's like, okay, treat and move your feet. You got to be willing to get up and go and do to be guided to what it is that is. And it's either roomy or huffies, whatever you are seeking is seeking you. Okay. So when you state the desire, it's on its way. Where you meet, well, that may be partially up to you and what you're willing to do. All right. So, is that enough? Divine, I am trusting. Is that enough? For me? Yeah. So, like I said, there were two really interesting points out of that, and it was only 2 paragraphs long. So, I commend to you. Oh, I didn't tell you. Let's see. Give you a little bit more information on where it came from. The Simple Prayer. It's a Unity pamphlet from 1956. So if you're interested, you might be able to go to unity.org to read the rest of the pamphlet. So, yeah. Want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. So, I would say the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to figure out what it is, what is the smallest phrase that we can use that evokes that feeling, that unity, that connection with that infinite source of power. And I do like source I am trusting, or divine I am trusting, or spirit I am trusting, because spirit's the word I chose to use in the title. So you know what? Write your phrase, whatever it is, write it down and post it somewhere you can see it. So that simple prayer, because that's it, spirit I am trusting, or spirit I'm trusting. It's 3, maybe 4 words at the most. See if you can get something that evokes that feeling for you in the fewest amount of words that you can, and post it somewhere that you can see it on a regular basis. All right. Your bathroom mirror is always a good place, or right by your front door, or on your front door, so that you see it as you're headed out into the world. Okay. All right. So that is the mission today, should we choose to accept it. I'd gotten into a rut, so I've completely changed my other half of this, our other part, where what I'm going to do is I'm going to remind you that we are Creative Life Spirituals on our Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I commend them to you, especially the YouTube channel, both of them, because I archive these on my YouTube channel, the Running Rev Ryan YouTube channel, and then we've got a whole bunch of other good stuff on the Creative Life Spiritual Center YouTube channel. And everybody that speaks regularly has a playlist. Reverend Arthur has a playlist, Danielle has a playlist, and I put Danielle's poetry in her playlist. So if Reverend Jessie mentioned her poetry, it's in her playlist on on our channel, so you can look for it. It's also, I've posted it up on Facebook and Instagram, so you can go and look. You'll find it. Reverend David has a playlist. I have a playlist. We did the inner healing in Spanish, if that appeals to you. If I have requests to do it in other languages, if I can find somebody that will do it in other languages, we'll do it in other languages. So let us know. All right. So that's, and if you want to know what's going on at the center, please email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on the constant contact. All right. I also want you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Be it one thing, be it 3 things, be it all the things. In the end, my goal by reminding you to do it is that everything you do for yourself and others is loving, kind, and compassionate. You are your own best test subject. But more importantly, you deserve your own love, you deserve your own kindness, you deserve your own compassion. All right. I know I'm sugar-free right now, but I still believe in eating dessert first. So, yeah, I'm gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free. There was a birthday party yesterday. I was not gluten-free, sugar-free, or dairy-free yesterday. But other than that, other than the piece of cake and the cupcake, because yes, I had both. I did skip the cake pop though. Other than that, you know, I managed my eating. So, just waiting for the aftermath of that. And then I'm back on it. So, you know, I will remain clean for the rest of March. Clean eating is what they call it. All right. I guess I'm struggling to wrap myself up here. Okay. I've the loving kind and you know what? Here it is. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a kick this week off right day, a great start to the week day, a get stuff done day, a take care of yourself day, a snuggle with your fur babies day, a wear a jacket, it's a little nippy out there right now day, a good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. All right? Know the truth of your being. Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be. Because I can promise you one thing. The person the divine knows you to be is good. From there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. Know that Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. Take care, and I'll see you next time.